Okay, 1.35. Andeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadipahalam Shri Guru Vishnavanshcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sarvana Raghunatham Tam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Samadhutam Parjana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padahan Sarvana Lita Shri Vishakhan Vitanscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Muktivedanta Swami Nitilane Namaste Saraswate Deve Guruvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyadi Paschatya Vishitarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, but I also need that Bhagavad-gita. Okay, 36. Let's start with 36. We did this now. No. Even if I did this, I'll do it again. 36. Papamevashraye tasman advaitan atatayinah tasman natha vayam hantum dhartarashran sabandhavan svajanam hi katham hatva sukinasyama madhava Papameva ashrayet asman hatva etan atatayinah tasmat na arha vayam hantum dhartarashtran sabandhavan svajanam hi katham hatva sukhinah syama madhava. Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Why this is there? This is there for a different reason. Let me keep it here. Okay. Nanu Agnito Gradashchaiva Shastrapani Dhanapaha Kshetradharapahari cha Shadete Atatayinah Atatayinamayantam Hanya Deva Vicharayan Natatayi Vadhe Dosho Hantur Bhavati Bharata. Objection. There's a statement in the scripture: the one who sets fire, the one who gives poison, the one who has weapons in his arms, one who is armed with weapons, the one who steals wealth, the one who steals property, the one who steals one's wife. All of these six are known as atatayis, aggressors. It's a technical expression. And when an atatayi approaches one, then without a second thought one can kill him. There's nothing wrong with killing an atatayi, an aggressor, for the person who has killed him. He does not get any sinful reactions for that. O descendant of Bharata. Ityuktehe, because of the statement, Esham Shadvidhyena Atatayinam Yuktaha Vadhaha iti chet. These Pandavas, they are aggressors of all the 6 types. Sorry, these Kauravas were aggressors to the Pandavas in all the 6 varieties. So therefore it is appropriate that they should be killed. Anticipating this, Arjuna speaks, Papam iti. Etan hatva sthitan asman papam eva bandhu kshaya hetu kam ashrayet. If we were to kill them, these people who are, even though they are atatais, they are aggressors, we are standing here in battle, and if we kill them, then sinful reactions which have come about because of killing our relatives will take shelter of us. Ayam bhavaha. This is the point. Atatayinam ayantam ityadikam arthashastram. Ma himsyat sarvabhutani iti dharmashastrat durbalam. There is this injunction that if an aggressor approaches you, then you can kill him without a second thought. But this is a scriptural injunction that is useful for the purposes of Arthashastra. It is an Arthashastra text, technically. So even in the Mahabharata, Ramayana, there are certain portions which echo the teachings of the Arthashastras. So these portions are referred to as Arthashastra texts. On the other hand, there are other scriptural statements, like the Shruti statement, one should not kill any living creature. Mahim syat sarva bhutani. Nobody should kill any living creature. This is a Dharma Shastra text. This is a text which is echoed in the Dharma Shastras. So now there is a principle that if you were to compare Arthashastra texts and Dharma Shastra texts, Arthashastra texts are considered weaker and Dharma Shastra texts are considered stronger. Arthashastrattu balavad Dharma Shastram iti stitihi iti smritehe. This principle is noted in the Smriti, that Dharma Shastra is stronger than the Arthashastra. In other words, scriptural statements are graded. At the lowest level you have Kama Shastra. It is not even touched by those who are interested in moksha or anything higher. Arthashastra, those who are interested in attaining Artha in this life, they take Arthashastra very seriously. Arthashastra is higher than Kama Shastra. Higher than Kama Shastra is Dharma Shastra. Higher than Dharma Shastra are the Moksha Shastras. Srimad Bhagavatam is a Bhakti Shastra, and therefore it is higher than even Moksha Shastras. So there is a hierarchy here. So higher than Arthashastra is the Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra is stronger than Arthashastra. Tasmat Durbalartha Shastra Balena Pujanam Drona Bhishma Adinam Vadaha Papa Hetuhu Eva Iti. Therefore, on the strength of this weak Arthashastra text, if I were to kill worshipable souls like Drona and Bhishma, then such killing will certainly lead to sinful reactions. Nacha Shreyonupashyami iti arabhya uktam upasamharati. And then he summarizes, he concludes his discussion on what he had stated earlier, I do not see any good in this warfare. So now he concludes that discussion here. Tasmat, he has said, Tasmat narha vayam hantum dhartarashtran sa bandhavan. Therefore, we don't deserve to kill Dhartarashtras, the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their relatives. Papa sambhavat daihika sukhasya api abhavat cha ityarthaha. For two reasons. Because there's a possibility of incurring sinful reactions. And because there will be no bodily happiness. Nahi gurubhihi bandhu janaischa vina asmakam rajyabhoga sukhaya. Now, why did he say that there will be no bodily happiness, or there will be no happiness for our bodies? So that he himself explains it. Because without our gurus, without our relatives, our enjoyment of the kingdom, Rajya Bhoga, will not be a happy one. Apitu anutapaya eva sampatsyate. They will simply lead us to regret. We would be in a state of repentance. He Madhava iti. Here in text 36, the word Madhava had come. O husband of the goddess of fortune. Shri Patihi Tvam. You are the husband of Shri, the goddess of fortune. Ashrige yuddhe katham pravasayati. How is it that you are impelling me to engage in this war, which is devoid of good fortune? Iti bhava. This is the implication here. Atatayi dikke bodh kora rajniti shastrer anumodito hoileo. Though killing atatayis is approved in the scriptures that teach the political science, Acharya adi atatayidikke hatta kora dharmashastra viruddha hetu pap hoibe. There will be sinful reactions due to opposing the dharmashastras by killing atatayis who are my acharya and other such respected superiors. Therefore, Amra Dhartarashtragonke Sabandhave Samhar Purite Joggo Hoite China. Therefore, we are not fit to kill the sons of King Dhritarashtra along with their friends and relatives. He Madhav, O Madhav, Atmiya Swajan ke Hanan Kuriya ki Sukh Labh hoibe. What happiness can be attained by killing our own people? According to Vedic injunctions, there are 6 kinds of aggressors. A poison giver, one who sets fire to the house, one who attacks with deadly weapons, one who plunders riches, one who occupies another's land, and one who kidnaps a wife. Such aggressors are at once to be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. Such killing of aggressors is quite befitting any ordinary man. But Arjuna was not an ordinary person. He was saintly by character, and therefore he wanted to deal with them in saintliness. This kind of saintliness, however, is not for a Kshatriya. Although a responsible man in the administration of a state is required to be saintly, he should not be cowardly. For example, Lord Rama was so saintly that people even now are anxious to live in the kingdom of Lord Ram, Ramarajya. But Lord Ram never showed any cowardice. Ravana was an aggressor against Ram because Ravana kidnapped Ram's wife Sita. But Lord Ram gave him sufficient lessons unparalleled in the history of the world. In Arjuna's case, however, one should consider the special type of aggressors, namely his own grandfather, own teacher, friends, sons, grandsons, etc. Because of them, Arjuna thought that he should not take the severe steps necessary against ordinary aggressors. Besides that, saintly persons are advised to forgive. Such injunctions for saintly persons are more important than any political emergency. Arjuna considered that rather than kill his own kinsmen for political reasons, it would be better to forgive them on grounds of religion and saintly behavior. He did not therefore consider such killing profitable, simply for the matter of temporary bodily happiness. After all, kingdoms and pleasures derived therefrom are not permanent. So why should he risk his life and eternal salvation by killing his own kinsmen? Arjuna's addressing of Krishna as Madhava, or the husband of the goddess of fortune, is also significant in this connection. He wanted to point out to Krishna that as husband of the goddess of fortune, he should not induce Arjuna to take up a matter which would ultimately bring about misfortune. Krishna, however, never brings misfortune to anyone, to say nothing of his devotees. Achyutanam Prabhu.
When Arjun is saying about bodily happiness, there will be no bodily happiness, then this is a reason from the viewpoint of lust, or maybe we can say calm. Like you said that there is statement of Dharma Shastra, it is more powerful than Artha Shastra. But now he is also giving a reason which appears to me as if it is Kam Shastra. Not exactly Kam Shastra, but like selfish enjoyment, bodily enjoyment.
No. Dharma automatically includes happiness that can come from Artha and Kama. Kama means Kama alone. Artha includes Kama. Otherwise, what is the use of Artha? Dharma includes Artha and Kama. Only moksha is the opposite direction. Moksha is something else. Moksha does not include Dharma and Artha and Kama.
Oh, okay.
I thought there was another question. Yes. Somapati Prabhu.
Oh, so nowadays when these aggressors commits something, then what action we should take?
No, I think even in now the law is like that for self-defense, many people are pardoned. No, I think it's anyway there.
But now killing is prohibited. We should not kill someone.
No, but by just in regular law, like some man comes to rape a woman and therefore she kills him, then she will not be given the punishment, exact punishment for murdering, if she can prove that she only did it to protect herself from rape. So it's recognized in today's world also. It's an ordinary principle.
Okay.
37 and 38. यद्यप्येतेन पश्यन्ति लोभोपहतचेतसः कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकं कथं न ज्ञेयमस्माभिः पापादस्मान् निवर्तितुं कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिर्जनार्दन. O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we, who can see the crime and destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin? Nanu, ahuto na nivarteta, dyutadapi ranadapi, viditam kshatriyasya, iti kshatradharma smaranat, taihi ahutanam bhavatam yuddhe pravrittihi yukta, iti chet. He anticipates another objection. There is a Smriti text that talks about the duty of Kshatriyas, Kshatriya Dharma, when one is invited, one should not restrain oneself from a gambling match or a battle. This is known to a Kshatriya. So on this basis, they are the ones who have called for a war. So your participation in this war is appropriate. So then Arjuna he says, Tatraha Yadyapiti Dvabhyam. He speaks two texts. Yadyapi Pape Pravrittau Lobhaha Tesham Hetuhu Asmakam tu Lobha Virahat Na Tatra Pravrittihi. Now, the greed to engage in sin, they have that. We do not have that. Because we do not have this greed. So therefore we are not impelled to go for this war. Ishta sadhanata jnanam khalu pravartakam. The idea that I must do this in order to attain my cherished goal, that is what is the impelling force. Ishtam cha anishta anubandhi vachyam. And these things that are cherished and as a goal, they are those in which one does not have anything which is in opposition to what one cherishes. That means that one might have a desire for a number of things, but he will never choose anything by which that attainment can be disturbed. These are all some complex argumentation from Purva Mimamsa. Let me, no, not here. Let me take it out. A lot of discussions in the Mimamsa scriptures about all of these things. So Arjuna's thought process is not just something whimsical. He has thought about it. Yaduktam phalatah api cha yat karma na anarthena anubadhyate. Is even as a consequence, a duty does not lead to problems necessarily. Kevala priti hetutvat dharma iti kathyate. If it only leads to happiness, then it is considered dharma iti. Tathacha shyenena abhicharan yajeta ityadi shastra ukte api Shyena adau iva anishta anubandhitva yuddhe asmin pravrittihi na yukta. In the scriptures also, you will find some scriptural statements which say that, for instance, perform such and such animal sacrifice. But they do not lead one to full-fledged happiness, and therefore those who are serious practitioners of Vedic injunctions, they do not accept it. They will not accept it. You cannot simply say, oh, it is found in Shastra. Even though it is stated in Shastra, it is going to lead us, we are going to engage in animal killing, and it is going to necessarily lead to some some undesirable consequence. So therefore that is not considered to be that kind of dharma which is meant to be carried out. It is just an allowance. It is not mandatory. So therefore there is a very great difference between these two different types of scriptural injunctions. Some are just allowances and some are actually prescriptions. So Arjuna's argument is Ahuta ityadi shastram tu kulakshe dosha vina bhuta vishayam bhavi. That statement that when we are called for a gambling or war, then as it is known to every Kshatriya, one should not refrain from that. That is referred to that kind of gambling, that kind of war which is not going to destroy the entire dynasty. Hey Janardana iti pragvat. And he is referred to Lord Krishna as Janardana. This is just like how it was explained previously. Duryodhan प्रवृत्ति लोभधारा हतबुद्धि वैया कुलक्षय जनित दोष वो मित्रद्रोह जनित पातक अनुभव करते पारिते सेना. Duryodhana and the others, because of their greed, their intelligence has been destroyed, and therefore they are not able to realize the problems due to the destruction of a dynasty and the degrading sinful reactions that come about by betraying one's own friends, by killing one's friends. Kintu Janardhan, but oh Lord Janardhan, Amra Kulakshaya Janita Dosh Drishti Kuriyao, even though we see the defect due to killing a dynasty, Kinivitte Papakarja Hoite Nibrutta Hoivana, why we will not desist from this sinful activity? Notice how much Arjuna is thinking about others' welfare. A Kshatriya is not supposed to refuse to battle or gamble when he is so invited by some rival party. Under such an obligation, Arjuna could not refuse to fight because he had been challenged by the party of Duryodhana. In this connection, Arjuna considered that the other party might be blind to the effects of such a challenge. Arjuna, however, could see the evil consequences and could not accept the challenge. Obligation is actually binding when the effect is good, but when the effect is otherwise, then no one can be bound. Considering all these pros and cons, Arjuna decided not to fight. Achyutanam.
Prabhu, so was Yudhishthir Maharaj's acceptance of gambling match, it was a proper act or was it improper?
It was improper.
Yeah, it was improper.
It was improper. It is risky. At the very least, you can say it's risky because each one will lead to each step will lead to another mistake, another mistake, another mistake. So just because something is allowed in the scriptures does not mean that everybody is meant to do it. Vihita karma, kamya karma, these are distinct categories. Some things are prescribed activities, some other things are allowed activities. And then of course there is nishiddha karma, prohibited activities. So every activity will come under one of these three types only. Either it will be prescribed, or it will be prohibited, or it will be allowed. But allowed activities are risky. They are very risky. They are not sinful. They are not sinful. So they are not criminal. In the universal sense, they are not criminal. But it's just at the edge. It is just at the edge. Any moment you can slip into sinful activity. It's a slippery zone.
So, if this question is asked that why in the first place this gambling match is allowed for Kshatriyas, because of the nature of their duties, that they need that sort of recreation.
There's so many things that Kshatriyas are allowed to do. If they do their jobs properly, then they are allowed plenty of. Even in today's world, people do that anyway. Even in today's world, you see how much the government people throughout the world, how much they enjoy life. People know that. Do they go on a revolt against it? Only when it goes beyond the limit, then they go on a revolt. Because they know that all these people need to be given that kind of comfort.
So, Yudhishthir Maharaj, if someone will ask that he is a pure devotee, how can he make such a risky decision?
No, this is just simply to show that the dangers of engaging in gambling and so on. And Krishna uses his great devotees in order to teach the world the pathway of saintliness and so on. And there are different things that are taught here.
Prabhu, in that case, also is it mentioned in scriptures that Krishna covered Yudhishthir Maharaj's intelligence or something of that sort, as he put Arjuna into illusion here?
That can be inferred. That since the Pandavas were pure devotees, even that Krishna covered up Arjuna's intelligence, that is inferred. Because there are scriptural statements that these are very exalted, enlightened devotees of Lord Krishna. So then how will you explain various phenomena like this? So they are all understood in terms of Krishna's utilizing his Yogamaya potency to cover them up. These things are all analyzed in the Sandarbhas of Jiva Goswami. When we get the right time, we'll go through that also. Very interesting analysis. 39. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kuladharma sanatana dharme nashte kulam kritsnam adharmo bhi bhavatyuta. With the destruction of dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in irreligion. Doshameva prapanchayati kulakshaye iti. Now he elaborates on that the problem in destroying a dynasty, a family. Kulakshaye iti kuladharmaha kula uchitaha agnihotra adayah dharmaha sanatanaha kulam kula parampara praptaha pranashyanti kartuhu vinashat. When the performer of various duties appropriate to the families are destroyed, then those eternal duties, such as Agnihotra for the Brahmanas, eternal meaning those which have eternally come down by parampara, by family parampara, by seminal line, all of them are destroyed. Uta iti api arthe krishnam ityanena sambandhyate. So that when the entire family is destroyed, then the entirety of Sanatana Dharma, as it has been coming down, all of that will be destroyed. Dharme nashte sati avashishtam bala adi kritsnam api kulam adharma abhibhavati grasati iti artha. Then adharma, it overcomes, it swallows the entire dynasty, even including even small children, who all are remaining. So not only the killed people, the unkilled members of the family, they also become swallowed by adharma when dharma is destroyed. Dharma is destroyed means the prescriptions, prohibitions and allowances which are carefully and meticulously observed by the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras, along with their wives and so on, when these men are all destroyed, then everybody will stop following these rules, these prescriptions, prohibitions, allowances. They will gradually slacken, and over a period of a number of days, weeks, months, years, decades, centuries and millennia, it will all become zero. Like we can see in today's India, practically it is zero. कुलक्षय होइले सनातन कुल धर्म विनष्ट होइया थाके. When the dynasty is destroyed, then the eternal kula dharmas, the duties appropriate for the particular families, become destroyed. Kula dharme nashta hoile avashishta kul adharme abhibhut hoy. And when the kula dharma is destroyed, then the remaining family becomes overcome by adharma. In the system of the Varnashram institution, there are many principles of religious traditions to help members of the family grow properly and attain spiritual values. The elder members are responsible for such purifying processes in the family, beginning from birth to death. But on the death of the elder members, such family traditions of purification may stop, and the remaining younger family members may develop religious habits and thereby lose their chance for spiritual salvation. Therefore, for no purpose should the elder members of the family be slain. See, previously the family itself, it is like it is like an ashram. Just like we have various ashramas, a group of persons practicing spirituality come together. So then there is one person who is an authority, he may have another authority, he may have another authority, and everybody is accepting certain restrictions on the basis of a higher understanding of certain spiritual principles. And they are all being benefited to different degrees. So previously family was doing that as far as religious principles are concerned. So when it comes to karma dharma, then the family itself took charge of that, and the elders in the family were the gurus for karma. For jnana you require a jnani guru. For yoga you require a yogi guru. For bhakti you require a bhakta guru. But for engaging in karma, you have the elder members of the family themselves who act as those gurus. Of course, there are arrangements. There are the brahmanas are the gurus they are the ultimate arbiters for all of this. But then each family has its own representative head who take charge of applying the teachings of these brahmanas. So destroying a family is like it's something like destroying a group of religious, destroying a group of spiritualists. That means what? Then that spiritual tradition is lost. So now the traditions of karma will be lost. Karma plays an important part. Karma means duties for men, duties for women. In duties for men, you have Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma. Then there are duties for women. Of course, there are common duties for everyone. So this system, which also comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto also we will see. 11th canto also Lord Krishna will analyze it. This system is very, very useful because it is a chance to prevent ourselves from degrading into complete tamoguna, which is very important if one wants to attain spiritual salvation. Therefore, for no purpose should the elder members of the family be slain. 40. Adharmabhi bhavat Krishna pradushyanti kulastriya strishu dushtasu vashneya jayate varna sankara. When religion is prominent in the family of Krishna, the women of the family become polluted. And from the degradation of womanhood or descendant of Vishnu comes unwanted progeny, varna sankara, a mixture of the varnas. Tataha cha adharma abhibhavat iti. And then the next thing that is going to happen is noted in the current verse. Asmad bhartribhi dharmam ullanghya yatha kulakshaya lakshane pape vartitam. Our husbands, they have transgressed dharma and they have engaged in this sin of destroying a family. Tatha asmabhihi pati vratyam avagyaya. So they have engaged in one type of sinful activity. We will engage in another type of sinful activity. We will give up our pativrata dharma. And we should be free to engage in sinful behavior. Iti durbuddhi hataha kulastriyaha pradushyeyuhu ityarthaha. So in this way, the family ladies, kulastriyaha means noble ladies, the family ladies, they would be overcome by bad intelligence and they would spoil themselves. Hey Vrishni Vamshava Tamsa Krishna, O Lord Krishna, the crest jewel of the Vrishnis. Adharma Prabal Hoile, when Adharma becomes strong, Kulastri Sakal Vyabhicharini Hai, then the women of the family become adulterated. They become adulteresses. Ebon stri kon vyabhicharini hoile. And when the women become adulteresses, varna sankara utpanna hoiya thake. Then varna sankaras take birth. Varna sankaras, mixture of the varnas. Good population in human society is a basic principle for peace, prosperity and spiritual progress in human life. The Varnashrama religion's principles were so designed that the good population would prevail in society. To prevail means they would have the upper hand in society for the general spiritual progress of state and community. Such population depends on the chastity and faithfulness of its womanhood. As children are very prone to be misled, women are similarly very prone to degradation. Therefore, both children and women require protection by the elder members of the family. They require protection from what? They require protection from degradation. They require to be protected from themselves by the elder members of the family. By being engaged in various religious practices, women will not be misled into adultery. According to Chanakya Pandita, women are generally not very intelligent and therefore not trustworthy. It's a general remark. So generally they are not to be trusted. So the different family traditions of religious activities will always engage them, and thus their chastity and devotion will give birth to a good population eligible for participating in the Varnashrama system. Participation in the Varnashrama system requires eligibility. That eligibility is you need to be born good. Will give birth to a good population. On the failure of such varnashrama dharma, naturally the woman becomes free to act and mix with men, and thus adultery is indulged in at the risk of unwanted population. Irresponsible men also provoke adultery in society, and thus unwanted children flood the human race at the risk of war and pestilence. Pestilence. Let me take this out. Pestilence. A contagious or infectious epidemic disease that is virulent and devastating, something that is destructive or pernicious, so at the risk of war and great social destruction. Question:
Prabhu, good population, it depends on both father and mother. So one may question that why woman is being highlighted here, if someone wants to take it in wrong direction.
No. Look carefully. He is producing a sequence here.
Oh, okay.
Look at the sequence carefully. He's saying first of all, there's a crime in destroying a family. Kulakshaya kritam dosham. Crime done in the destruction of a dynasty. So then he spells out how it works out. When the kula is destroyed, then kula dharma will be destroyed. Because the kula dharmas are maintained by the elderly male members of the dynasty. That means they are the ones. Now it's not simply a matter of doing some rituals and so on. Because all of these rituals will only have effect if one accepts certain overall prescriptions, prohibitions and allowances. So when that is destroyed, then what do you have? You have men who have destroyed a dynasty simply because they are greedy for more property or more kingdom or more dominance. They may also get destroyed. When you fight, and then enmity is not very easily forgotten. So then the remaining members of the family, they will be overcome by adharma. Now who are the remaining members of the family? Naturally they will be the women and those who are subordinate to those women. So when adharma has overcome the woman, then the women will themselves, they will develop a taste for sinful activities. And when they are destroyed, then Varna Sankara will take birth. So it's a sequence. Now he'll go further. What is the problem with Varna Sankara itself? So much good.
So in this Sanatana Dharma, this Kula Dharma also includes?
Yes.
Like they say Jati Dharma and
Yeah, Jati Dharma, Kula Dharma, all these things, they were followed. They are meant to be followed.
what is the difference between the Sanatana Dharma and this Kula Dharma, Jati Dharma?
Sanatana Dharma refers to Vedic Dharma. These are all parts of that. There are many more parts.
And they are coming since that time only.
Which time? From the beginning of creation, yes.
They are not created by the general people.
Well, gentle people will always keep trying to create something. But that is not going to produce the beneficial effects that are presented in Shastra. So the intelligent people will not accept that. The unintelligent may accept it. Okay, 41. Sankaro narakayaiva kulaghnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro hyesham luptapindodaka kriya. Pinda udaka. An increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life, both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down because the performances for offering them food and water are entirely stopped. Kulasya sankaraha kulaghnanam narakaya eva iti yojana. This mixture of the Varna Sankara population, this mixture itself refers to the Varna Sankara population itself. When they enter into these families, then they simply lead all those who have killed the family to hell. That means they will engage in that kind of sinful activities by which hell is inevitable. Na kevalam kulagna eva narake patanti. It's not that only those who destroy these family dynasties that they will go to hell. They will fall into hell. Kintu tat pitaraha api. In addition, their forefathers will also fall down to hell. Ityaha patanti iti hirheto. Their ancestors who have they might have even gone to Pitraloka, but they will fall down from there. Pindadi datrinam putra adinam abhava. Why they will fall down? Because there will be no sons to carry out these ritual observances in order to perform the various types of pinda, shraddha, all these things. Vilupta pindadi kriyaha santaha. Because the pinda and other rituals would have been lost for them. Te narakaya eva patanti. And therefore, they will also fall into hell. Varnasankar utpanna hoiya. Kul ghatok digge narakagami kuriya thake. Varnasankaras having arisen will make the families and the killers of these families as travelers to hell. Shai kule pinda udaka kriya lop hua hai. And because in these families the various ritual performances of offering pindas are particular types of rice balls and certain offerings of water. When these ritual offerings are lost, pitrilo patita hoy, then their forefathers, they will fall down. According to the rules and regulations of fruitive activities, there's a need to offer periodical food and water to the forefathers of the family. This offering is performed by worship of Vishnu because eating the remnants of food offered to Vishnu can deliver one from all kinds of sinful actions. Okay, I'll stop now because my time is up. We will resume in the next session, which should be in the morning, 10 o'clock. I'm making a separate arrangement for classes to be held at 4 o'clock. Dharmatmanima Prabhu will teach that separately through Bharatattva Chatushpati. Okay. Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripasindabhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.